So we're going to take a look at how to score constructed responses the students have created in Discovery Ed. And we're also going to take a look at how to view auto-scored items that students either complete in Discovery Ed pages of the textbook or assessments. So both of these things are going to occur in the Classrooms icon from your dashboard when we're going to look at scoring responses first. So we're going to come over to Classrooms. And from Classrooms, we're going to see our list of assignments that we've assigned to students. To score constructed response, those written items that students have responded to, we're going to click on the actual title of the assignment. So we're going to click on this, What Makes Up a Balanced Ecosystem? And this is going to take us to the Explore page of this concept in the tech book. So the concept we're looking at is parts of ecosystems, and this is the entire Explore page. This is just the generic Explore page that you would see if you pulled it up in the tech book, and that has just the generic exemplar responses. In order to score the constructed response on the Explore page, we're going to come over here to this tab that says Results. So we're going to click on Results, and then we're going to click on Concept Dashboard. In Concept Dashboard, what's going to pop up is a list of your students, and then you're going to see whatever prompts students completed on this page. So right here is my constructed response. This changes in ecosystems. And then over here is that multi-select drag and drop that I had just dropped boxes into earlier. Any constructed response item is going to have this blue icon with the pencil in it, and that means that it's going to need to be scored. So we're going to click on the blue icon, and what pops up is that individual students' responses. So you'll see their responses, and then you'll also see a rubric below. Now this rubric is interactive, so you'll click on the score the student gets, and then that will populate or give you a total at the bottom. So what we'll do is we'll look at the rubric. We'll see the 3 changes are located on the left. Each change is worth 2 points, since there are 2 responses for each change up here. So the very first one, plants will die with little rainfall, and then herbivores will not be able to eat the plants. Both of those statements are accurate. And the rubric down here is very general. In order to get all the points, it has to have 2 logical effects, and the second is caused by the first. The student was able to explain that for change number 1, so we're going to click on 2 points. We'll continue to read the 2 responses. With a wildfire, trees and plants are burned, destroyed, and loss of habitat. Both of those items are correct, so we'll click 2 again. And then finally, deer in an area become sick and die, so obviously the deer population is decreasing, and then the carnivores will not have as much food to eat is also an accurate statement. So the student will receive 6 out of 6 of the points. Down here, you can leave any comments. I recommend that if a student does not receive full points, we give them some sort of feedback. And that feedback could come in the form of a question. Think about what could happen to this species if, or think about the importance of this species if. So we can provide them that feedback, and they can go back and correct, or we can have that conversation with the students later on. Once you've scored it and give them their feedback, we're just going to hit submit. And once it grays out, that has been submitted to the student. We can click back to the summary over here in the top left. And then we will see that this one we just scored received all points. These 2 students received partial points, and you'll see how many points they received in that partial points box. Again, that auto score was that prompt at the bottom of the Explore page where you were dragging and dropping. So it automatically scored for us. No points were received. It was 1 or nothing. To exit this page, we'll just click out of it, and then that puts us right back where we were. So I'm going to go back to our assignments. You'll notice at the top in Discovery Ed, it just opens up a separate tab for you. So we'll come back to our assignments page. And then I mentioned we'll view pre-scored or auto-scored items as well. So if you've assigned some sort of summative assessment in Discovery Education, that assignment will pop up here. You'll see this is the cycle of day and night, summative assessment. And then over here on the right with these icons, you'll see the little more reports or view dashboard icon as well. We're going to click on that. And what's going to come up for you is by student, how they scored on that assessment. So the very first page it brings you to shows you all the students, shows you a class average, shows you individual student percentages for scores, and then you can see a breakdown. You can see how individual students answered individual items, and you can also see as a whole. So as a whole, 75% of my class got this question correct. This is a really nice way to break down data if you are assessing more than one standard. You can kind of see where students are excelling, where students might need more support. And then if you have a student that you see, we'll look at this very first student right here. They've got 2 that are completely incorrect and 1 that just received partial points. I can click into that student by clicking their name. And then I can go through question by question. What's great about this is that you can see what the correct answer is supposed to be, and you can see how the students responded, which allows you to take those next instructional steps as needed. So you can go item by item through each question on the assessment, see how they scored on each, and then you can go back to that original score to see overall students in the class. So that is how to score constructed response items in Discovery Ed, and also how you can view auto-scored items as well.